should be live. Hi, I'm Kyle here on the Genreverse YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing some editing today. Christine is unable to record today, and that means no Ranma to do. And I still had to do Yakuza episode 6 because, well, Christine was supposed to, but it's been another really up and down week with her. So, yeah, take a second before, and if you have already, thank you very much. Lots of great content here on the channel. And if you're into other things besides anime, geek, pop culture podcasts, reactions, and reviews, we do have written entertainment over at LR, written entertainment like news, opinions, reviews, traditional like entertainment blog of sorts, but more than a blog, not quite a trade. LRMonline.com. Hey guys, if you're in the North American market, I just put up the press release got from Crunchyroll about the first part of season 2 Blu-ray. Finally, like official Blu-ray hitting here. So yeah. Oops. Sorry, hit the wrong button. That's coming out on February 4th. So that's pretty cool. I just wrote that one up earlier today. Oh, thanks to those that are watching live. Appreciate it. Anyone watching on repeat, appreciate that as well. Yeah, it's just been one of those weeks. I'm trying to close out a few things, and I'm trying to have OBS down low, down here, where you guys can't see, and keep chat like more right here in eyesight. I might be able to move OBS up this way. That might work. But then I need the YouTube studio like right here. Okay, I might keep it like this. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, let's do some editing for Yakuza Fiancé. All right. That is loud in my ears. That down a little bit. There we go. That's a bit better. And I could see, you guys should be able to hear a little bit coming out of the reaction. Not a lot though. I can't
The greatest thing
can't have it get caught up
all the bases have some pretty good
on a
ones.
claim.
This is,
I do have the background music. I can play that as well. That should be good to go for whenever. Alrighty, well, if you're watching live, feel free to throw, questions or chit chat about Yakuza Fiancé or any of the other anime we are covering.
I've been there.
Me getting attacked by Ceres's tail. Talking about people burning stuff in Afghanistan. I don't even remember how we got onto that conversation. Someone burning something. You guys have to enjoy that story.
But why would you put fire retardant? And they will burn eventually, and it releases the worst smelling, most toxic stuff.
Where am I going to put this first marker at? Yeah, I guess just right here. It's technically a little bit after the reaction started, but close enough.
Fire, you idiot.
Be set for me. Use my keys. Ah. Get this set up. So I try to, like I have a template built for, you know, whether it's just me and Christine or if it's me, her, and husband O'Brien. I have templates set up. But there's some things like that I still have to change for every single one of them. And one of the things I don't like doing is having, like, I could, you know, theoretically have this please stand by track just kind of out there at a rough estimate. You know, most of our reactions are, you know, 22 minutes long of reaction time, I guess, and then intro slash reviews and stuff at the end. I could like lock it, and then like no matter what I do to the other tracks, this one, you know, remains unscathed. But then I'll have to go and change it later, after everything's, you know, cut down. And so instead I end up doing that work kind of at the beginning and then just dragging this out as necessary at the end. And I have no idea why I bothered telling you guys that story. Alex, how's it going? It is sad Oshinoko is over for those that are already at the reading the manga and have reached the end. For us anime only folk, we still have quite a bit to go. I am starting to get both sad while at the same time incredibly excited for Dr. Stone final season coming up. 3 cores for Dr. Stone. I'm super excited for that. Scared. Like, the only reason I'm sitting here talking to you guys about anime, for those of you that haven't heard the story before, Dr. Stone is by far not my first. But it was a spark reigniting a fire in an era of content creation, if you will, that it led to this, what we do here. Already was doing podcasts and stuff for other things, but anime just, yeah, there's a few videos on here, including one titled something like Dr. Stone May Have Saved My Life, something like that. You can find that down below. It's a interesting story, very personal. So yeah, I'm stoked but also scared, because it's like, what now? What if it sucks? almost watched Fanboys yesterday or last night, and we decided against it for some reason. I always make that joke about watching something new or like the next part of a franchise and saying that line at the end of that movie. What if it sucks? In their case, sorry, prequel trilogy fans, episode 1 did suck. I was there midnight in 99. Let's see here. What do I say? Okay, here we go. This will work. That's a good place to cut. It's going to take me a minute to find my rhythm with it. As those of you that may have seen my other editing live streams, multitasking can be an issue, but once I get a flow, I should be okay. If you see me starting and stopping in the same area a bunch early on, that's me just trying to get in the zone and having like completely forgot about what it was that I was just doing. I had a slight spoiler with Dr. Stone, and I believe in season 3 reactions um, I mentioned that it had been spoiled. Um, I was trying to do. We were looking at doing some. What's the word? Trivia. We were going to do some like anime trivia, and I was looking at using some of those earlier Chat GPT models to come up with some trivia, thinking they would take it, of course, from other scraped trivia sites and things like that. People that make flashcards. I don't know if they still do. Like, you used to be able to go online and type in like Star Wars trivia, and there'd be all these sites that would host flashcard style trivia games, and you could just, quiz yourselves, load it up with some friends. I figured it might scrape something like that, because I don't know if anything like that even exists anymore. But I had asked it specifically for season 1 anime only, and it definitely went into the Treasure Island stuff, where they start calling them or calling the alleged bad guy Y-Man, because of the why, and I was just like, oh, I was floored because it sounded like a name, and they referred to it as a scientist Y-Man, and for those of you that do know Dr. Stone, at least from what I can see in season 3, it didn't really spoil too much for me, so I'm not like overly upset, but man, do spoilers suck. Oshinoko was spoiled for me the first episode. Yeah, that sucked. Should I keep this? It's just a little like, so I think I'll skip that one.
I know, right?
There we go. That's a good place to come in at. I need to title this phone call. Phone call between cousins. We'll go with that title. I guess I kind of got to keep that all in there. It's one of those where you guys are going to get a lot of extra dialogue that I would normally want to cut out. No, have not seen Summertime Render. I've heard that one thrown around a lot. I know nothing of it, other than it's a popular anime from a year or two ago, maybe more. Well, I know it's at least a few years. That hurts. This arm, my right arm, I have full range of motion, and even though it can hurt every now and then, I've got full range, but my left arm I don't, and going over a certain amount, like, I can stretch it some, but it hurts. The longer it's out there or up there, the more it will hurt. But I'm right-handed, so my hand is on the mouse or adjusting this, and I want to reach for the camera with the left, and I end up hurting myself. Blind Adventure's worth it. I would love to think about more things in the future, but we're swamped. Christine's very unreliable right now. That makes it really difficult to even do this. Like, I've had to really just accept
I don't know if he's capable.
how much we are going to remain behind on things like Vinland and Fate and JJK, because like I said, we can't even get her to be able to record, and she finished up a Fate episode that she had started a while ago. She finished that up earlier this week, and that was the first thing she had edited in a couple of weeks, if I'm not mistaken. So everything's been on me again. It's part of the delays and stuff, and it hurts because I want to do more work, but I can't. Like, sometimes it's physically can't because I've already exerted all of my like upright reserves, if you will, and my body parts are screaming at me, or I've done too much mentally. So, but it's a little bit of an open secret over on Discord. Check out, it's linked down below. That next year, once we have recorded all of JJK and Vinland Saga Season 2, which we're on like episode 12 of Season 2, if I'm not mistaken. Once those have been recorded, Christine and I are going to start on ReZero. So, yeah, it's a one of those that we're going to get the whole, at least one full season recorded and edited before we even start releasing it, and it'll be like a 2 times a week thing, and that should keep us far enough ahead to get through, you know, season 2 and then into season 3. And there's a couple of other shows I teased a while ago. Neon Blade, if you ever watch this, it's the ones that you were trying to guess that one day. Someone guessed one of them, and I don't remember which one they guessed, so I'm not going to say it. But if you like crawling through Discord past messages, maybe you can find it. But yeah, we got some fun things back catalog planned for next year, including ReZero. All right, let's see where we're at here. Oh, okay, so this will work. It would be surprising for him to be involved in discipline. Whenever he mentioned discipline, the only thing I could like hear in my mind is thinking of other discipline or judgment clubs in other anime, and all I can hear is Shirai from frickin' Certain Scientific Railgun screaming about how you should halt and you're under arrest or whatever in the name of judgment. And fun show. But that's what comes to mind for some reason. You think about that one kind of like where Kirishima here is saying how, you know, he might break some laws, but he follows the, you know, obeys the rules. That's kind of like old school gangster type stuff as well. Like in America, when you think of like Italian mobster type organized crime, Irish mob and things like that. You know, they were they were going to break all these laws, but there were certain rules, especially like societal rules, that they wouldn't break. And that was going through my mind when he was talking about himself and being part of this discipline club. Okay, I know right here I bring the overlay down to show our kitty cat. So I know I'm going to need to split that up. That'll work. I'll show the cat for a few seconds, then bring it back on. I'm sorry to hear that you've got some depression going on, Alex. Hopefully you are able to find something to help you get out of that slump. I know how that can be, very much so. There's a whole bunch of games. I think I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sharing my screen, so I should be able to load up my Steam. This is how bad things have been. I have not played, my games that I love so much, like TF2. Last time I played Team Fortress 2, can you guys see? It's kind of hard to see, but April 13th of this year, last time I played TF2, I was, trying to get into Counter-Strike. Last time I played Counter-Strike, May 24th. And I don't remember the last time my Final Fantasy VII Rebirth stream was. But yeah, I know how it can get to where even doing the things you like to do, want to do, you can't. Might be beneficial to have someone force you to. That's what Christine will usually do, is try to force me to have fun in a way, in a kind, endearing way, if you will. But I'm not a professional, and all I can do is wish you the best. Okay, it's a good conversation we have about cats.
Shit. And that's what we clean. Toxic relationship.
Why did I move the thing again?
Cats are the definition.
You're welcome. Like I said, I've been there more than a few times, so. Oh, I usually have like music playing in the background, not like in my ears. So I have an old Yamaha AV console and some old speakers from an older surround sound set, and I use that as my computer sound. And so I'll oftentimes have music playing just loud enough that I can kind of hear it through this, but only as like background noise, not like I can start singing along or anything like that. And right now I can't do that because while this is a very directional shotgun mic, every time I talk there would be enough bleed through, and I definitely listen to copyright music, music that people will claim. Okay, I think that should be the last break in the please stand by. Now I can go back to auto ripple. Yay. I do have someone here with me today. Let's see. Ow, my shoulder. You guys want to say hello to Miss Riza? There we go. Hanging out there. Riza, hi puppy. She cannot be bothered. She had a couple of the like Denta sticks, like the chew things that dogs can have for both as like a treat and also to help like clean their teeth. She had a couple of those. So maybe she's just like in a food coma. I don't know. All right, am I back in good shot? Anyways, all of that stuff about music to say that everything's weird streaming my edits.
Oh, cuddles. I believe.
I'm gonna have to leave that there. I gotta find some places to make some cuts because we're starting to have a lot of this left in. I mean, there's just us kind of like.
I believe it.
I could do this. I can cut out him saying I think so and just go to "You're my first friend." And Christine says wow, and
I believe it.
all right, cool.
Conversations are important.
Work.
Conversations are important.
Man, you guys took too long to pause there.
I don't know. You,
I think right there. Cuts.
I don't know.
Hopefully enough.
Your grandfather's got some sort of plan.
How long is that? 2 minutes to almost 6. Jeez.
Other than that, I don't know. Your grandfather's got some sort of plan.
Wow, that's a big long. Well, we did have this whole conversation about cats here for 4 minutes. So for over or just about a minute, we talk about cats for some reason. Oh, toxic relationships. That's right. That whole bit is like a minute sidebar about how cat owners are in toxic relationships, which we are. Yeah, I got my dog back there, but those of you that have been around for a bit know we've got the 2 cats. Saris is just, she's abusive. She screams at you. She claws you. Like, she's abusive. But then she cuddles. She cuddles really well. And there we are, cuddling, and it's like, yeah, we'll keep you. When I say she screams and scratches, it's not like all the time. She definitely does not do judicious control of her claws. So she'll put them out jumping up, jumping down, like the claws are coming out. And she can startle real easily sometimes when she's, really truly relaxed on the lap. And so she'll startle when, say, the boy comes bouncing down the stairs or something like that. Or something outside can spook her, and she'll claw to dig in and push off as hard and as fast as she can, which hurts, man.
Happy Veterans Day, Kyle.
Oh, thank you. To your dad as well.
2 years.
We're all army brats, guys.
There's us talking about how all three of us are army brats. Our fathers, all three of our fathers were in the army, and that's how we met. Many of you, Alex, probably know this story, or at least part of it.
Good old Fort Camp men. Since 2019. Yeah, we didn't go on base this time. I heard the museum's actually being built now though.
Yeah.
Dude, they had
I realized that anime song's playing in the background. Let me go ahead and mute that the rest of the way. Oops.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Dude, they announced that when we still lived on base.
There we go.
Oh. Dude, they
But yeah, I've known
dude, they
Christine
announced
for
that when we still lived on
24 years. Known her. Known
man.
Brian the same amount of time.
Oh, man.
Ish. I met Brian first, of course.
21
Christine and my sister were friends, so I don't remember like the first time Courtney, who's my sister, invited Christine over.
Oh man. 21 years to get that thing off. 21
But yeah. We have all known each other for quite some time.
21 years to get that thing off the ground.
Oh no.
20
Save them,
One
Alex.
year,
Save
literally
them.
The best military museum.
I used to love
The army.
I used to love SimCity, for real. SimCity 4, I'll still occasionally boot that up and play around with it. Haven't tried cities. I don't have the brain power for it anymore. OP and Army Brat Talk.
101st.
Nice.
I know it had a really good infantry museum.
And then the actual chapter, geez, the OP and us talking about the base really is like two minutes. EA killed all their good IPs in one way or another, and the CEO of EA looks like they might become the CEO of Disney, like replacing Iger. Look, I posted in our Discord. Where is my Discord window? I posted in our Discord at some point. Was it in the gamers one? Yeah. Here I was talking in our gamers room, and I had shared how I was surprised at first, but then you go back and you look at EA, and you're like, yeah, sure, you have your little dips here and there, but overall, over the last 5 years, they're up. They're up handedly. They're up 66.98% in the past 5 years. That's nothing to sneeze at. Now that doesn't mean that they are well liked or that they're necessarily going to do a good job, but they are making money, well, relatively. Stock prices are up. That doesn't necessarily mean everything they do is profitable. It's obviously not. Yeah, I need to bring back Daily Cup of Genre one day.
this up, huh?
Yeah, I'm not gonna keep all of that in there.
Just eating this up, huh?
Yeah, they do. And isn't it crazy that it can take, and I know EA is a little different with their Call of Duty games and whatnot, but in or not, that's not EA, is it? No. Whatever. EA gets all their sports games out and they get their regular stuff out. But as far as other franchises in existence that used to be able to pump out games relatively fast, even overworking their employees, starting these studios that they will shut down afterwards, like all the tricks that they do, and it can still take forever to get another game out. And then it comes out incomplete and needing multiple patches within the first week, two, three. Um, don't get me wrong, I'm happy for patching existing and being a thing for consoles. It used to be something only computers could really do, but it sucks that that's a crutch to lean on and get the game out, fix it later. We'll fix it in post. Post what? You got to finish the game first. That is the post, right? No. We mean post launch. We'll finish it in post launch.
This up, huh?
We need your resume. We need your resume.
There's a lot of talking here that I do not think I'm going to keep much of in this edit. I don't really think there's a need to.
Oh damn.
All right, I'll have to do some snipping here. There we go.
Oh damn.
That'll work.
There's definitely.
All right, and here we talk about
There's definitely reasons to be concerned about someone getting into modeling or pageantry. And
the
maybe
dangers
there's
of that and whether or not, like, how would I handle if Christine, like, when we were younger, not that she couldn't, do modeling of some sort these days, but not the point. Um, if she had gotten into that when we were younger, a younger couple, and how would I feel about it? It's like there would have to be conversations about some of the dangers of that, just like any field. Um, but it would be really lame to
not, but
dump someone just because they went into modeling.
deal breaker for someone to get in.
Now,
into.
what you find out she's doing later with a certain someone, yeah, then you might want to dump her. There we go.
Oh.
Oh yeah, but this was a messed up story. Hmm. Well, hmm, I don't like the way that cuts. We are going to cut that out and go straight to his face being revealed.
Not as nice a thing as you.
Hmm. Trying to figure out what to keep here. What do you got? Anti-capitalist. Okay, commie. Generally favor workers working on their games as long as they think is right in order to get it out finished and not completely broken like Cyberpunk under better conditions. So typical East German take. Oh man, if only we lived in a perfect world, huh? Yeah, I get to mention, how wonderful things would work if it wasn't for all the pesky humans and their human nature. Like some of this I want to keep in here, but
Nice a thing as you think.
mm, right here. There we go. We got through that. It's still like 20 seconds of almost nothing but us kind of watching it.
It's not as nice a thing as you.
But like I can't cut much more out of there otherwise you lose what I'm saying here. Uh
You think.
it was a wild episode. It was indeed.
Oh, she. Oh, she was
see, this is one of those where the damn... Her line is real close. She starts saying her line before the subtitles transition to that next line. And I hate having, like, just a couple of frames of other subtitles because it looks so jumpy. But a lot of Japanese, especially towards the end of words, not always at the beginning, the length of the like sound of the word they're pronouncing and the final vowel or whatever that they're pronouncing sounds that they're making, the length can matter, and it frustrates me. Line up your subtitles better. I kid you not. I have actually gone in edits and had one where it was just so bad. But luckily enough, the image is almost still in the anime, and I was able to basically like extend out, slow down part of the video without touching the audio, so it would have enough to catch up. And I've done that to satisfy my own. I wouldn't call it OCD. We'll call it my own artistic demands. Thank you, Blackstone. We really appreciate that. Thank you. And thanks for stopping in, even if just to brighten up my day, our day. I'll make sure to share that with Christine and Brian as well. Thank you. I hope you have the best of the rest. A great rest of your weekend.
Okay then.
She had a fling with him.
Thanks.
Oh, that makes it all sorts of uncomfortable and weird.
Didn't know if he was
All sorts of uncomfortable and weird.
truly didn't remember her, but obviously, he did. He was
At least he was
somewhat being a gentleman-ish.
nice and didn't say anything.
Where are we at? We're getting close to halfway. Right here is where the end of the episode itself is. You can see we talk for about 2 minutes more after. And so I'm always, when I'm editing, I'm always looking at kind of like that line, because there's usually not a lot to cut here. I might see like a big space somewhere and be like, oh, I want to tighten that up a little bit. But no, in general, that's what I'm aiming for. So I got, we're at 11 minutes in. So I've got about 15 minutes of real time to work on. Pardon me. I am going to do something old people do, and I'm going to take a moment to stretch. Who's a good actor? The voice actor for Kirishima, the character in general. Sorry, I'm off camera just a bit. I'm just stretching. You guys can look at Riza while I stretch. Yeah, he's either a good he's at least a really good liar. Getting old, guys. I'll be turning 40 soon. Oh, I know some are older than that, but I got all of the army stuff done to me, so oh. each deployment is like 5 years, right? Every year in a combat zone. $20. I thought you were actually an older. Like, haven't we had a conversation about age before? And you're like my age or slightly older. It might be someone else I'm thinking of. Another European audience fan. I don't know what to call you guys. Sometimes it's audience. It feels weird to say fans, but they're like on um I like I don't know what the proper term is. Like when they're on Discord and very interactive, is that feels more than audience, but fan doesn't seem right either because that makes it seem more standoffish. I don't know, but I might be confusing you with another community member of the community who is also from Europe because I'm like connecting. I know who it is. Uh, haven't seen or heard from them in a while unless they use a new name, but they used to go by I think Papa Golf Whiskey. And they might not be European. I think they might be Canadian, but I know they're older because we've talked military stuff. But I think they're Canadian.
Missy was nice and didn't say anything. Break.
Yeah, it is crazy. We've been doing it for as long as we have. And like a lot of people, don't know that there was a few years of us doing just normal podcast like reviews. And of course, the other podcast we had when they were on the LRM YouTube channel. The very first, and that's another project I've actually wanted to do for a bit, um, is Christine and I, and even some of the others from the genreverse past, like Jammer and Jonesy from Breaking Geek Radio, but look back at some of the first both podcasts, like audio only, even just kind of hear it, but definitely first videos. Um, like I've got the first videos and things like that and podcasts. Take a look at those. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Break the mold a bit.
I hate seeing some of our old videos though. Every now and then, every now and then I'll come across an old one either just in one of the feeds or
Did you write it on though? What card did you
or like I'll want to pull something from an old reaction or whatever, and I see just how little I knew about editing, about doing reactions for YouTube to get uh, to deal with the copyright claims. And it's just like, oh my God, I feel so bad that some of our earliest reactions are still up. I want to remaster them, like I've done a few reactions before,
maybe some
but man, we've got so many. It would take so long.
maybe some may- maybe some agency or something?
I'm gonna put a new chapter right here.
Maybe some agency or something? Agency or something?
All right, we'll let her say that.
Is it that other guy coming after you? Is it that other guy coming after you? Someone else will be there in July.
Man, there's just like I cannot skip all of that and get just to their different phone conversations or get to their phone conversation. Um
That other guy coming after you?
Now she did just ask about where he's at. So having her go to the phone call is good. Okay. Then we can skip to him saying it's not a problem, but can we do it in July? That should work.
Because someone else will be there in July. Why do you want them to in the same place?
He just wants to have a
Down or
side piece. Another side piece. All right. Actually, it is JPB. I am using Vegas Pro 22. I have been using Vegas for a decade, technically. Yeah. Long before I was even doing things for LRM, I had fooled around back when it was Sony Vegas. I'm used to this. I tried using DaVinci Resolve, which our son uses. Lucas uses that on his YouTube channel. MB Lucas 13 on YouTube. but I can't deal with the way their windows are and how I can't affect, like, I need it to work like this. I don't want to cut things in another window, even though you can do that here. You know, you can open up a trimmer and trim a clip up in this window before sending it down here. I don't like that. I don't like being forced to do things like that, and I can't figure out how to make DaVinci work like this, so I will continue to pay for it. Damn it. See, all of this, there's just a few times where we kind of chuckle, and it's mostly just me. I can't keep that. Like, I'm not cutting through that. Would be tens of seconds just, because sometimes that's all there is to do is at it, or
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
See, I can come in here though. Just stay where I can keep an eye on you. Oh, I am. I just did. I just cut the crap out of it.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
There we go. Yeah, I'm starting to get to where, you know, we used to do like really chunky edits, and then I learned about, hey, I can usually deal with audio with this filter that I use that kind of adds that chorusy echo type effect to the show audio. And additionally, to help that is all those like little cuts, like when you see me go in and I'm literally just cutting out like the spaces, like where a character might be breathing or something like that. It changes the audio enough that it doesn't get as caught on the auto detection as it used to be. But now I'm kind of doing both. I'm more willing to get rid of things that I'm always trying to think of like what the audience wants, and I know audience in the past has been like, yes, we want everything, even if it's just your eyebrow going up. Keep it in. And it's like, maybe. Like there's times where my face I know can be very expressive, and I've got one of those like legit going on. I can't even do it faking it without it looking just stupid. It probably looks stupid when it's real as well, but there's times where, you know, I've got a face like that, or Christine's even, you know, jaw dropped. I'll leave some of that in, but just a quick little heh, nah, not necessarily worth it. Now, here about food, I'll keep something about food in.
Food.
Rice and grilled squid sounds.
Food.
Well, I'm glad you enjoy them, Alex. I was I shared on our Discord again, and I'll plug it. Hey, join our Discord. It's lots of fun. Um, how so like a normal reaction. This was like what was this? This was Dan to Dan episode 5, right? And I know it's kind of hard to see. Hold on. There. There we go. So right here we go. This is like for those of you that might have never seen like YouTube studio stats, like what it looks like for us, the channel managers, to go in and look at. Um, it looks at, your, this is a retention screen for Dan to Dan episode 5 reaction. The kind of gray area behind is what the average kind of view retention will look like for a video that's slightly over 27 minutes long. Each of these lines are the timestamps. And if you watch our videos enough, you know that the first timestamp is generally where the reaction actually begins after the 00001. And then the last two are usually like the end of the show episode, the end of the anime episode, where everything between that second to last timestamp and the last timestamp is us discussing the show. And so it does suck to see people not care about the conversations as much as they do other parts. But what does kind of suck is a hype episode. The retention will be way off, way over, all over the place, because people are looking for a certain hit of emotion, dopamine, serotonin, whatever the case may be, and it'll throw the retention way out of whack. As you can kind of see here, a lot of people just kind of skipped to where, if you've seen Dan, this is Dan to Dan episode 6, this is the most recent one, you can kind of see where people wanted to just not even care to watch the whole beginning. They wanted to get to, what's going on in this episode if you've seen it. And they stuck with us pretty close to that. But as soon as like the credits start rolling and we're starting to talk about things, they just drop. You skip the cold open. See, that the cold open thing is one of those where it's like we got to have a hook, right? Videos for YouTube have got to have a hook. And I do try to think about spoilers, and I think there's been a few times I've put part of a reaction to a big moment, but usually not the biggest part of the reaction or the biggest moment. I try to give let that remain for the reaction video itself, But I definitely do want to try to hook people in with that. I like it when Christine and I, or Christine, Brian, and I have something that happens before we, roll the intro. A funny moment, you'll see sometimes I just keep that. It's like whatever we were saying before we start actually doing the reaction, while it is recording. Sometimes that just becomes the best cold open, and then I'll just cut out the little transition part for the intro video, because I do that all in OBS. Like, as you can see way back here on this screen, right there's the intro, and it's part of the same video track that the reaction, and like all of that's done in OBS. And that's, thank God for OBS, because I don't know how I would be able to do the editing that I do. I don't know how I would get this done if I couldn't automate so much in OBS. Like even the way the anime window is done is all done in OBS, which is why we don't use that transparency method like a lot of other channels use, because I like the ability and the option to have it in full view for stuff in the future, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be able to adjust transparency, and that's why we use the please stand by overlay. I can go back in and re-edit something and change it have nothing at all because it's just going to be a short clip. Yeah, like that's part of why we do things the way we do them.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Rice and grilled squid sounds good.
Yes.
Rice and grilled squid does sound good still.
Haven't had the oken no goyami. I think I messed up. I haven't had those, so but I've had the barbecue fried squid and good. Good. No, you're not. It's like the best thing about, getting older. It's like the best thing about. It's like the best thing. Good. No, you're not. No, you're not. It's like the best thing about, getting older. She doesn't want to be out that.
Yeah, I mean, look, I would love to we want to do a Patreon for multiple reasons. One, of course, it would be nice to bring more money into the genreverse, be able to get to the point where maybe we can even afford an editor to do more fun videos because of the way we do reactions. I think it would be really hard for me to hand it off to someone, especially all the references that we make. You know, I've got an entire folder uh, who that is just filled with all of the references that we are constantly making. And I'm constantly making more and more clips, and uh, I don't think I could hand that off to someone. But things like reviews, some things like the 13 Days of Terror, even like we would be able to do more anime reviews, have someone else that could, go in, zoom out, put in some clips and things like that. Daily Cog and Cantina and all of those podcasts, like we could do a heck of a lot more if we were able to bring more money into Genreverse and whatnot. But I can't even get you guys regular content on YouTube. I'm not gonna promise things for money and then not be able to deliver. That would just be awful. And I know some people would love to just, here's a dollar or two on whatever's the minimum thing just to help the channel business, whatever, out. But I don't believe in doing that. So we'll get there, and we'll have still pretty healthy reactions on YouTube, but offering the uncut. I'll say mostly uncut, because those of you guys that have been part of this for a while know, we get interruptions, all the phone calls, stuff dealing with our son, our actual son, animals, and especially in older reactions, there's going to be personal conversations and things that we'll want to still cut out. But yeah, that is something we would like to do, but only when we can deliver this
She doesn't want to be out that much anymore.
and then deliver that.
I think he's reaching his limit.
But more of like I rest limit, but yeah. Maybe some
They're going to Osaka, right? Yeah.
because someone else will be there in July. In the same place. Messed up. I haven't had those, but I've had squid and pretty. It's like the best thing about
Yeah, the
getting older.
I guess the benefit, if what I'm thinking for our type of what I would like to do on Patreon, like I said, still real good, healthy reactions on YouTube. Where the benefit is maybe you get to see more of the like pre-show, as long as nothing too personal is going on, or sometimes it's just boring. And then there's other times where I'm having issues getting tongue tied or getting the show started or whatever the case may be. And I'm just too frustrated. And then so sometimes I'm going to cut that out, of course. And it's not like, oh, don't want you guys to see it because I've gotten frustrated on camera plenty of times. It's just if it doesn't need to be there, it doesn't need to be there. That type of thing. So you'd still get something extra that you're not going to get on YouTube. But it wouldn't be like, what's something I can spoil. So if you've never seen season 1 of Dr. Stone and you don't know what the big reveal is, hang out, or don't listen for 35 seconds. But it's not like I would hide reacting to Senku finding out, the descendants there at Ishigami Village, like that lineage, and when that reveal happens, that would still be on YouTube. But all the little stuff that I've been cutting, some of the jokes that might not be funny enough, and some conversations that I've just felt might not play as well with the general audience on YouTube, that something I've said or we've said or done might not hit as well as it does with someone like you, Alex, that is again, I don't know if this is the best word or not, but fan, to where you're like, I know where they're coming from. People that would be willing to pay to watch us, they would be more willing to be like, oh, okay, I get where he's coming from. He's not just an ass. So those are the types of things I would hope would be the draw for a AVR squared or Genreverse Patreon.
It's true though. But
Okay, right there.
it's true though. But
You're trying to. I'm too.
The runtime of the movie, and I'm like, watch that 70s show for the umpteenth time.
Shirt.
Yeah.
those bananas.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are bananas.
Brian laughing at the bananas is pretty funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know
they are
why.
bananas.
I'm gonna leave that in there. Me shaking my head and Brian just being that tickled over bananas is pretty funny in my opinion.
Dun dun dun.
Well, thank you. Like I said, I hope to get us there. Because one of the other things I wanted to offer was like members only, like live streams, Q&A type thing. Stuff that's not going to put too much of an extra burden on us for content, but in general, it would be relatively easy to have the uncut one, but I kind of have to go through it once to scrub it for anything that does need to be cut out, personal stuff, whatever, and then go in and do the full edit. So even though you wouldn't be doing as much work on the uncut one, it's still extra. And then I would want a back catalog, like a greatest hits. And that's the other thing is paying for storage, because you can't you it would be hard to do it with links on YouTube because of copyright. Excuse me. But also people sharing those links when they're unlisted, unless you use YouTube membership. But video hosting is expensive, and we have got terabytes. How many? Where's the big AVR squared? Playlist. Where are you? Because we've got well over 500 reactions now. So many thumbnails. Kyle, no makes sense of it all. I don't see it on here. It's in here somewhere, and yeah, it's well over 500. I saw it in the back end not too long ago. Right here, 544. So there are a couple of like remasters in there, and in that count might even be some like re-uploads and stuff like that, but definitely over 500 reactions. So I'd want to go back and remaster a few more and put in some like greatest hits, but video hosting is expensive.
Dun dun dun. Or bananas. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun.
Okay, we can keep that in there. Like that. Eh.
She's like, you can't fight.
See, and this sucks because right here, she's got all of this to say for me to laugh, and I'm laughing right as this transition to where I would like to actually cut. I'm going to leave it like that.
Can't fight. It's like those bangs are pissing me off.
Really?
Coming out the woodworks.
We'll just have the old ladies getting all hot and bothered as the next part.
Coming out the woodworks. Osaka really considered like really considered.
Yeah, I was like shocked here. They keep like referring to Osaka like it's some podunk town. I know it's not huge compared to like Tokyo, but still 2 million people is not anything to sneeze at.
What? You guys don't have.
Uh, I don't think we would ever have something that was like a Patreon exclusive. I don't know, that would seem... I went to business school, and while that seems like the proper business idea to have, about the only ones that I've really thought about doing as like pay for only are like the rated M type stuff, like the H word esque, like Borderlines H word esque type stuff, like Harem in the Labyrinth of Another World. If we watched something else like that on camera, that would be probably the type of stuff that would be paywalled for obvious reasons. But I don't know if I would pick, like, what's a show we haven't watched that we've thought of? Assassination Classroom always looks interesting, right? I wouldn't necessarily want to put that behind a paywall only. But that might be the smarter business move. But as of right now, it would be more about I don't know. I can't think of it too much right now. Oh wow. Okay. So, I need to take a break and then I'll come back and finish this up because we're at 16 minutes in and 24. So we got about 8 minutes of real time to edit. So I'm going to take about a 10-minute break and then I'll be back and we'll get this finished up. So I hope to see you guys on the other side. Make sure you subscribe before you head out if you're not going to stay during the break. back. And Alex, as far as high school DxD, I think we watched like 2 episodes of that. That's the one that has like some chick in a bath, right? She appears in a bath, like there's a portal in the bath or something like that. Is that high school DxD? We saw a couple of episodes, and I don't remember why we didn't continue. I don't think it was anything like us not liking it or it being across the line or anything. I just think it didn't hit for us at that moment. I'll tell you, probably one of the etchy shows that we watched off camera, that I really wish we could re-experience uh, in reaction format for the first time was Shimonetta. That was hilarious. That was a lot of fun. We laughed so hard. Holy crap. But man, we totally watched it before we were doing reactions.
What? What? You guys don't have to do that.
Manga talks, is that just like reviewing the manga? Not like reading it out loud, right? Because it's hard for me to read out loud.
It's less than 10% of Tokyo, so I guess it's a bit bigger than here.
Oh, that's right. I looked up the pop. Oh, I'm edit. Sorry. Thanks for telling me. Oh, there we go. Could you guys actually hear? Is the desktop? Oh, okay. So yeah, you could hear. Yeah, you could hear that I was editing, but you couldn't see it. Okay, there we go. I got it. I got it corrected for you. Sorry about that.
10% of Tokyo, so I guess it's a bit bigger than here.
Yeah, Osaka's got over 2 million, and where I live is it's a bunch of cities packed closely together, like much of the Atlantic coast of the United States. Um, uh, but the big metropolitan area known as Hampton Roads is like 1.8 million. So, like nothing to sneeze at, but not huge either, and not not dense. Like it's spread out over quite a distance.
Well, you've got quite the little well, you've got quite the little thing built up here.
I don't know if you need to hear us say anything about any of that. Because the only thing I'm talking about is like she's got a bunch of connections.
I don't know if it'll deter this one, but you know.
I think we'll just edit 20-ish seconds. I don't know what to leave in to match this.
I don't know if it'll deter this one, but, you know, maybe you don't want to... No, you want to use him to be your deterrent.
I guess we're just going to leave this. Anyone watching this has already seen the episode. Hopefully because we are not a substitute for the source by any means whatsoever. We're not. So they've definitely seen it. So
I don't know if it'll deter this one, but, you know, maybe you don't want to... No, you want to use him to be your deterrent. Okay.
damn it.
Okay.
That'll work.
Yeah. Yeah. Show up, follow orders. Maybe you don't want to... No, you want to use him to be...
Put a marker there. I don't know what I'm going to title it. I actually probably need to find one somewhere in the middle. But I'll do that once I'm done with the live stream. Because I'm only going to get through the main edit. And then I'll log off to finesse it. The audio, that is. And do the thumbnail and all that. Plus I'm kind of running out of steam here. What do we got left? We are at 17 minutes. Got about 5 minutes of real time left to edit-ish.
Show orders. Best thing about America? Best.
Ah, damn. All right. We'll do it like that.
Best thing about America?
Yes.
As far as doing like in-depth manga reviews, one day that would be great. Yeah, maybe one day. I thought maybe I could cut out before she says you're gonna sit.
What's funny? As kids, you know, visiting friends, we spend so much...
There we go. I was mentioning air, central air. That's the best thing about America. Central heat and air. The fact that my air conditioning in this room is not reliant on my window, and my whole house can be cooled off, and I don't have to have any warm hot zones. That's... Love me some central heat and air. Ah, It's amazing. And don't give me that crap about the fatherland, about Deutschland, about Germany not being hot enough for air conditioning, because I was there twice in my life. It's hot enough for air conditioning. Rico, very long time, very no see. You don't do much on the uh Discord, and I haven't been able to live stream a whole lot, so yes, I love my air conditioning and my heating.
bedrooms. And but you just kind of overlook.
And believe it or not, Rico, I am at, like, I haven't done much on Final Fantasy VII since the last live stream. I'm still waiting to do the date. I'm at the part where I guess I don't know if the date is gonna come or the fight at the tournament fights at the Gold Saucer. I don't know which one comes first, but I'm there where like I can't leave the Gold Saucer, and I got to get caught up on, we're still 2 behind on Blue Box, all the other back catalog reactions, and of course, Ranma. Like I said, Christine couldn't record today, so hopefully we'll get that and one of the blue boxes recorded tomorrow. I hope. Be after church. We're not godless heathens, just regular heathens. But yeah, I want to do some live streaming. I want to do more gaming. I really do. Need a I need a break, not from work, but from not being able to work. I need a break from everything else that's making uh, this stuff hard to do. Um, yeah, the game hasn't changed much at all. Man, Alex, let's not pretend things were great in East Germany before the wall came down. Um, People generally were trying to go from one side to the other, and it wasn't very often from west to east unless they had come from the east and were trying to get stuff back from the west to the east. Generally, um, but I know a lot of things in Europe for a lot of people really suck.
Was that was that code?
Oh no, wait, I respond to this right here.
Was that code? Being summoned. You're being summoned. How'd you just slide up in there like that? How'd you just slide up in there like that?
See, here I'm responding to the fact that I didn't even notice Kirishima's behind them, really. Like, I was focused on her and Shoma's conversation. And so I don't even notice it until she all of a sudden remembers that he's back there. But I don't know how to show that. I mean, look. I like I like a ladder with many rungs that can be climbed. I like having excess. I like having a PlayStation 5. And I like having 3 monitors here. Not that any of them are, they're all budget monitors for what they are. Or I wouldn't say budget, but, mid tier, mid range to entry level. Like, I've got an entry level color accurate Pro Art, might be mid tier, but it's not like top of the line whatsoever. And then I've got a mid tier 144 hertz, Acer gaming monitor. I like having that, and then I use my drawing tablet as a third monitor. I like being able to run my AC as cold as I want to, because there's excess power in the grid for me to do such. And most people want a PlayStation or Xbox or Nintendo Switch. Most people want to be able to have at least a phone that is within the last 5 years old, not necessarily keeping them for 6, 7, 8 plus years. And no offense to anyone that does. I'm just talking like averages. I want all of that. I don't think most people, and this is part of that human nature aspect, most people are not willing to all suffer a little equally, take a step down in life and have only 2 rungs, where it's the political elite in charge, and then everyone else, because that's how it always is. That's how it always comes to be. I had a conversation about this, I think, with someone on Discord, our Discord, linked down below, where I was like, the strong men that we can all talk about how American and Western alliances, the embargoes and restrictions. There's a word I'm wanting to use. Sanctions. How those sanctions affects countries that are communist or socialist in the past or currently, and how those do have an impact on them. 100% they do. But nobody makes the Kim family, the ill family. No one makes the ill family, or maybe it is Kim family. So anyways, no one makes the Korean dictatorships live as lavishly as they do and prevent them from redistributing that money. The Maduros, the Chavezes, the Castros, every leader in the Chinese Communist Party history, like, they don't have to hoard all that. They don't have to create the 2-tier systems that they end up creating and housing all of that. So there's that whole human element of it. It's better to have ladders that can be climbed. And yeah, it sucks that means there's going to be a group of people at the bottom. But man, it's really good that there's a rung that they can have an opportunity to grab and pull themselves up to, and then another, and then another. So that way you don't have just a huge gap of those in charge and everyone else. And the only people that get a PlayStation are those in charge. So I like there to be a lot of rungs, and it sucks. We're on fixed income. This doesn't pay, anything really. I'm thankful for everything that we do get, but this is not like we have no Patreon, no nothing to make this like a sustainable thing right now. I'm on my military retirement and disability, and that's it. Christine takes care of me and Lucas the best that she can when she's not uh, dealing with stuff, and so she can't work for my safety and his. We're tapped out on benefits, but I can still eventually do something, get somewhere, and thankfully I get enough from the sacrifices I made for my country that we're able to survive right now, and have a little bit of excess. These monitors are all years old. The newest thing I got is my in my computer is a couple years old. It's my RTX 3080 Ti. That's the newest thing. It's an i9 99th gen Intel CPU and board in there. So our excess isn't like excess strategic excess. But most people want that. Most people want that, and you can't have that. To make everyone equal and give everyone just the needs, the quality of life as most people, especially in the West, have come to know it, would be a drastic drop, and that really depends on everyone else in the world being really nice to each other, so no one has to spend money on defense. Because my God, that's one thing Europe really, really benefits from, is our spending on defense for everyone, not just us. So they can spend a lot more money at home. If we spend more money at home, we can't do the defense the way everyone really relies on it, which means you guys wouldn't be able to spend money at home the way that you want to. So in reality, you really got to fight a lot of things to get more equality of outcome, and equality of support, because someone wants to come and take your shit. They do, whether it's China or the US to some others. Like, no matter what it is, somebody wants your stuff. And then there's the whole individual greed and jealousy, and yeah. So more rungs on the ladder. That's my support, even though no system is perfect.
How'd you just slide up in there like that? Him. Was he there?
How's which anime you haven't watched, Rico? Sorry, I was in a political discussion. It took all my focus.
How'd you just slide up in there like that? I didn't even see him. For the whole time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm editing right now. We like it. We like it. It's a trash show. You should know what you're getting into.
It had me like distracted with their conversation.
And just like any other anime that's got things that are unsavory, some people aren't going to be able to get past it, and that's fine. But we're not the types that are like supportive of these two and their toxicity. We enjoy the soap opera level over dramatic stuff a lot. It can be. Alex, it can be.
Yeah, but it'll be a little awkward him banging someone else there.
Yes, I did watch the fight last night.
Station.
It was that Ramos and Burrios fight was, I thought it was a really good fight. It sucks that it went to a split draw. I think Barrios won overall. I would have probably given him the edge. Ramos had a few really good rounds in the middle, but he struggled at first, and then he did really well, but he couldn't keep it up. In those last few rounds, he wasn't doing as hot. So I was actually surprised at the split draw.
He's gonna go pull some at.
There we go. We can go with that. You'll like it, Alex. There's God, it was in one of the more recent Vinland reactions we did. So like season 2, somewhere 10, 11, 12, when you know who is looking for a way to raise funds, right? They need money, and they go about doing things to get said money. And I happen to point out, people often say, hey, we need to have this revolution because look at the bloodshed of what we have right now, and then proceed to shed as much blood, if not more, in pursuit of their utopia. And it's like, again, the more ladders versus the bloodshed for equal misery. God, Vinland has been so good. I can't wait for you guys to see more reactions. And I still need to do that reanalysis of season 1, episode 18, where I think a lot of people
Help this girl out.
making some dirty jokes there, because of course a lot of people, I think, were taking issue with us scoffing at what the priest said. More so we're scoffing at could be Griffith. Yeah, Brian makes that reference, of course. More so we were scoffing at the prince, thinking that he could do that, thinking that he could love as God does. And I got that through, some of the comments and stuff that I think some people weren't quite following us, but also I think I could have explained some things a lot better as well. Like I said, we're on like I can actually tell you what the last one that was recorded was. 212. Yeah, 212. So we're about halfway done with season 2 as far as recordings. We got quite far ahead on that one before things got rough.
So she hasn't had her medicine in.
Oh God.
Brian's now making dirty jokes because, of course.
See.
hate the sound of that music. I really do.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Is the manga over, or is that still going on?
Fiance, technically.
We are almost there, guys. Almost there. It has been a lot of fun, especially chatting with you for almost the whole stream, Alex. Thanks for the support and the view time.
He's got a fiance, technically.
Oops.
Yes.
We'll go right there. It's in its final arc. There's been a lot of things ending this year and recently.
Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake.
Yeah, it's a big mistake to leave your phone out. Well,
Just got juicier.
depending. Like, legit,
Feeling
Christine actually has her...
someone like this, who's
Actually, I think she needs
not
to
what she appears to be on the surface.
she needs to redo her fingerprint on my phone, but because she'll often forget, or if I ever need to change my pin on my phone and she does need to get into it, she's got her fingerprint on it, so Christine can access my phone whenever. Like, and same for her, I can access hers whenever, and it's not like a rule or anything like that. It's just, that's just the way it is for us. Oh, it's all joint. It's a marriage. There's no
I'm
secrets.
enjoying it, guys.
Nothing separate.
And hopefully you are enjoying our reactions to it, and we get caught up. Hit the mute button on it. Anyways, guys, and we get caught up, and I'm enjoying it, guys.
All right, there's going to be the final timestamp. I need to find one for somewhere here in the middle, and then, excuse me, got the hiccups, but they're coming out kind of burpy.
Got juicier.
So right here will be the talking, and then there's the closing, and there's that. All right, well, I just need to go through and do the tidying up of like the please stand by transparency, and I need to square up the audio, make sure I have it balanced right and all of that, or not balanced, that would be left right, but leveled. Make sure I have it all leveled, and I'm obviously running low on brain power. So thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Rico, Alex, JPB, and Blackstone for dropping in earlier. I really do appreciate it. Subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff, and I'm going to keep working, getting us caught up as much as I can, and hopefully Christine can record some, because we need it. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.